Welcome to another live podcast or Sunday live podcast for Earthworks Hub. I'm your host, Ivan Orlovic. I'm going to apologise in advance. My neighbours, as per usual, at 8 p.m, exactly when I'm about to start doing my podcast, that's when they love to come out and start making noise. So you might hear a little bit of noise in the background. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're trying to start some car that's been sitting in their front yard for the last 3 years. They've decided they want to come and start that car right when I start my podcast. Haven't touched it for 3 years, but they're going to do it right now at 8 o'clock during my podcast. So I apologise in advance if you hear some background noise. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The joys of having a studio in a garage. It's Sunday, the 12th of January 2025. I am happy to say that tonight I have a guest. We're going to have Maint Matters. So we're going to have Aaron from Definitive on. I'm going to invite him on in a second, and we're going to talk maintenance and a couple of other topics. And Aaron's going to talk to us about what he saw at BAUMA in China, because he recently went there and did a trip over. And I've seen a few things that he posted, but there's going to be some stuff we're going to talk about and possibly share some photos with you. So I'll be inviting Aaron from Definitive on in a few minutes. Just want to do the formalities. So don't forget to list your businesses on the Earthworks Hub website, and a lot of people have. I did a little marketing promo last week on that, and there's been a whole bunch of people listing their businesses on there. So everything from finance guys to recruitment companies to excavator owners, excavation landscape companies, all these different types, fabricators, welders. So we've got heaps of people listed on there, and you can go on there and use their services. Yeah. So before you go and pick somebody else, go and look at the people that are available on earthworkshub.com.au. Use each other for the services. Yeah. That's what it's there for. All right. So make sure you do that. And there's also been a few job listings. So if you want to, if you're looking for a worker for anything, any type of work, you can put them up as well on the job section. So there's a few on there now. So thank you to everyone that's been listing, and thank you to anyone that has been using the services that are on there. I'll read out a couple actually as a bit of a bonus to those guys that have been listing. I'll read a few out for you. So we've got Uprising Engineering in Melbourne, Digga Mate, mini digger hire. So they're like Australia wide. Yellow Equipment. So they sell obviously seining machines. Who's he on here? MB Jack DMBE Jack has listed on there. Well done, Jacko. Little Bear has listed, and he did a featured listing as well. Kalos Civil Group, Safety Spotter, Vulcan Mobile Welding, Fine Line Excavations, Commercial Finance. So I think they're Fortune West Finance. Another Chevron Finance company. A whole bunch are on here. RecordTime. And there's a whole bunch. So I can't read them all out, but there's been a whole lot of listings. So guys, make sure that you go on there and put your businesses on there, and then you do actually use all the services that are available on there. Thank you quickly to all my, 1 second, what have I got there? Godings has actually jumped in. Godings Rockbank saying, keep an eye on the job section tomorrow. 3 new positions at Godings to go up. Ooh, very good. Be a part of our growth. There you go, guys. You've heard it. The first on the Earthworks Hub, Godings Rockbank in Geelong. They're going to be posting 3 new job positions up. So keep an eye out on earthworkshub.com.au, and you'll see some positions coming up. Well done. Thank you for listing on there too. A quick shout out to some of the sponsors. So the more recent ones, because I've got so many now, I'm only going to do the recent ones. All the rest will be listed at the end on the description. So if you go to the description of the podcast, you'll see all the rest of them. But the more recent ones, Moasure, which I'm wearing right now, Plastube, Moasure, and Phillips Plant Hire. All right, so I'm going to let Aaron join me. So Curtis Valto's joined. Curtis he's from RecordTime. Who else is on here? I'll read a few names out. Harley Haber, BA Plant Group, Deluxe Landscaping, Geelong, Able, Mini Excavator, Godings, EMB, Level Up, Definitive, man, ADM, Dozer Dave, Cooper, man, there's heaps on here. So thank you. Victoria Rockscapes, Dozer Dave, there's heaps. So I won't. On Grade Civil's just joined, so thank you to everyone that's joined tonight. let me invite Aaron on so we can do Maintenance Matters. All right, Aaron, I'll say it now. Aaron, thank you very much for joining us. And we're going to talk Maintenance Matters.
Yeah, mate. Excited. It's been a little bit.
It has, yeah. And I was telling everyone as well that you've been to BAUMA in China. So you're going to tell us a little bit
Yep.
about that as well. So, guys, if you're interested in hearing about that, definitely hang around because he's going to tell us some good stories about what was there. What's been happening with yourself before we ask questions and that, maintenance-wise? Is everything all right? What's news?
Mate, everything's good.
Yeah.
Pretty busy end of the year last year, so it was good to sort of slow down. Obviously living up on the Gold Coast now, everybody's keen to come up. So house was a bit like an Airbnb essentially, but that's the joys of it. So, back into it this week and just getting fired back up. So it's sort of been interesting. It's been a little bit quieter this week gone, considering I think maybe everything really fires up next week. So. I think other than that, man, some exciting plans in that for the new year. So there we go.
Yeah, awesome, man. I'll tell you what, I've had a few people mention that they know you or they've worked with you in the past. Don't ask me who it was now, I can't remember, but a few people have listed on the website and they're like, oh, you know, Aaron from Definitive. Oh, yeah, we see he's on your show. Yeah, we worked with him somewhere or we've done something with him. Everyone's done something somewhere along the line with you. So, you've been getting around, mate.
Around, been across Australia, so a few different places and that working. So it's a small industry we're in, really, at the end of the day. So it's
very true, very true. All right, so if for listeners that haven't seen this segment, basically we do Maintenance Matters, and this is where you guys can ask questions, and then Aaron can help decipher whatever questions, whatever. Find the solution or decipher and give you a solution for your problem. A couple of guys have messaged me during the week, so I'm going to ask these questions. But if anyone wants to ask something else while we're talking, definitely feel free to fire away, and we'll do the best we can. Yeah, and if there's something we can't answer, we'll obviously research it and get back to you. So I'm going to put you on the spot here because I haven't actually given you the question. So. The first one is someone wants me to break the myth. Everyone talks about when you're in the machine, you got to be full revs. You can't be half revs. There's all these arguments about how high you should have the revs turned up on your machines. Can you break the myth for us? Tell us what is right, what's wrong, or is there no right and wrong? How does it actually work with the revs?
So obviously it depends on the machines. So in an excavator these days, you've got all your different work modes. So that will generally set, and you just set the revs to that, and it'll adjust the hydraulics to best match the performance of the engine. If you go to, say, a smaller machine like a PC 55 or something, where you just got the mechanical, or there isn't the old work modes, if you are concerned about fuel burn, you can back it off and run it lower, but obviously it affects the machine. It is designed to run at full RPM, but obviously pressure and flow work together on the machine, but you can do it. It's just, you manage your expectations of the machine and what the machine can do. So,
because it's most guys I see, like I put out a post once, and most people said full revs only. But I was always like, I do 3/4 revs, so I'm almost nearly at full, but 3/4 because I feel like if I have it at full revs, I'm just overdoing it a bit.
Yeah. But is that in your 14 tonner?
That was in all of the machines that I've used. So all the excavators, even the posi track, and that I never actually used to leave it on full revs. I used to just always go just below full. Just because I had this thing where I thought I don't want to have it on full revs, maybe it's not good for it to be like that always. But then I got feedback from people saying that, if you have it too low, you're putting pressure on the hydraulics and it's not getting enough power to it and this and that. So that's why I suppose this listener's also asking the same question.
Like you'll see on some of the older machines, you'll have your throttle and it'll have like the G, the H, the whatever their label is. So you can always set it to there. But the machine's designed to run at full throttle, so it generally won't let the machine over rev, the RPM go over the set point. So,
Yeah.
but I know the other month we were mucking around with a cat posse track, and we're having dramas with it was stalling on the drive and doing funny stuff. And what we found, we were getting to full RPM, but with the dial, but the engine was still 200 RPM short of where it should have been, so it wouldn't let us do the calibrations. So then we sort of tracked back to see where our RPM was, and it was down, and it ended up being fuel pump issues. So we had to pull the fuel pump off, and we got a brand new fuel pump for it. So, all the machines, as long as the cable's not stretched or someone hasn't played with the adjustments or something, you just, full noise, or you just bring it back to where you feel comfortable. And if you want to save fuel, then you just have to find that balance point, really.
So if you have an excavator, dozer, or whatever machine, and you have it on full revs, do you think it actually might burn the same as if you have it in like half revs, because it's still going to use the power of the motor to try and, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but like if it's on half revs, then it's got to work harder to try and keep the hydraulics moving, so it's going to burn the same amount of fuel. Does that sound right, or not really? Or is it always going to burn more if you have it higher?
Yeah. So the quicker your engine's spinning, the quicker the pump's spinning. The quicker the pump's spinning, the more flow you have. But then they find a balance between, it's like your torque curves, and then your pump flow and pressure curve sits over that as well. So as your flow increases and as the pressure comes up, that's what lugs the engine down. So your flow will come back to take the load off the engine, to find that happy medium where the engine doesn't bog down too far, where it can't keep up, or it's just dumping in excess fuel to try and keep up. So you sort of do probably more damage to your engine than the hydraulics per se.
Yeah. All right. So basically, it's true then. So you are better off having revs almost full, or full revs or almost full.
Pretty much, mate. Yeah, unless you're doing detail work, like if you, I don't know, say a skid steer, you're picking up pallets and you don't want to drop them or something, you can use your foot throttle and you can just move that little bit slower, So but most modern machines these days, if you're worried about the speed of the machine, you can normally adjust your control set points, like how quick, how responsive, and all of that as well. So
I was sitting in a case 23-ton machine recently, and I sort of noticed that as I was working, the machine was revving and changing its idle and everything as I was doing things. So like self-adjusting. Is that what you were saying before? How they self-adjust nowadays?
Yeah. So they'll just match the demand on the hydraulics.
And
it's just, they find their best spot for fuel burn and things like that.
All right, good, cool. All right, I hope everyone was happy with that answer. So if anyone wants to make any comments, please feel free. All right. So the next question is, what does hydraulic over electric mean? A lot of people are saying they don't know exactly what that means. So, when you talk about joysticks, I think that's what it means. They're hydraulic over electric. What does it actually mean?
So you have electronic over hydraulic. So it's electronic control. So an M series grader compared to the one before, you have like direct mechanical. So it's just the electronics control your proportional, like the movement of the spool. So it's all done electronically. So it's like it's all right. So in a car or a truck, how you used to have like a cable, and then now you have it's just electronic. For your throttle control. So it's the same principle. And then you have your pilot control or hydraulic control, where you've got your hydraulic lines and it's all done hydraulically. So the hydraulic fluid is what creates the movement on your spool.
Okay. So when people say pilot controls, what does that mean? Sorry, say again. So pilot control
is like hydraulic. So Komatsu call it PPC, pilot proportional control. But that's pretty much, one's done hydraulically, the other one's done electronically, which is also proportional. That's how they change it. So, and then, you go back to the old, like a skid steer, the old foot pedals, that's just straight mechanical. And then you go to your joysticks, and then you've got electric over hydraulic. So
okay. So are most machines going to electric over hydraulic nowadays then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
So,
yeah.
all
It
right. I've missed. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it just saves running all those pilot lines in and out of the cab. It takes the heat out of the cab, the oil, just for the safety side, and then you can obviously get a lot more control, like what we were saying before, with your settings, and you can dial back the speeds and how quick you want something to move and things like that. So,
Yeah.
especially with your excavators, they can. When you say you want swing priority over boom up or boom up, and if you're going into a lift mode, it all works together.
Ah, yeah. Because I noticed I sat in a Cat 305 Nexgen recently, and yeah, it was all like self-adjusting as well. Yeah, it was all like sensing what I was doing and adjusting itself.
Yeah.
So you could change things. So the TR Society is saying smart machines sense a load and then adjust. Jack Healy saying load sensing pumps. Yeah, so similar thing.
Yeah.
Um, electric over hydraulic. And then TR Society said hydraulic over electronic in reference to machine attachments. And then MOBA just said we had a case skid steer this week and had a load sense pump for the AUX circuit. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be, especially on the skid steers or the attachments, like your high flow attachments, they'll have like a load sensing pump, because instead of just being full load the whole time, full flow, where your engine RPM or the speed of the pump controls the flow. So they go to load sensing now so that they can save fuel essentially.
Yeah.
And yeah, they can better work the attachment, and you can actually control your flow settings to the attachment. So like in your diggers, you'll have, you can change your hammer flows and all of that. That's what that's doing. And yeah, it's either done via the pump or through a proportional control on your hydraulic pilot circuit. Does that
All right. There you
make
go.
sense?
Yeah,
That's a bit there,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's good. That's good, yeah. And then TR Society was saying that, yeah, it also saves room in the machine. Yeah, so exactly what you were saying before. Yeah.
yeah,
All right. And then Moba just saying, allowed the front mounted blade to work super nice. Yeah, okay. So by
yeah,
having that sensing, yeah.
yeah, because it would, especially if he's talking about your grader blades, which are very popular now on a skid steer. If you had just a fixed pump running at full noise, it'd have to be very sensitive, otherwise you get the big
Yeah.
jumps. So if you got the load sensing pump, then yeah, you get a lot better finer control. So
I suppose, yeah, good for the accuracy in that as well. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right, no, that's good. So yeah, they're the two main questions that people have sent me during the week. There was another one too, but I lost it. I couldn't find it. So we'll have to go back and search for that one. So apologies if someone sent me the question and I didn't put it in, but I'll have a look because I'm sure there was a third one, but I can't find it. Does anyone else have any other questions before we start talking about the BAUMA China trip? Moba was confirming, yeah, that was a grader blade on a Bobcat. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, while people are thinking about questions and if they've got something, let us know. We can sort of jump in while we're still talking. So you recently went to BAUMA in China. So I think that was the first BAUMA in China where they had it specifically built, or they put it in a specific location. Is that correct? Can you tell us? Do you know that? And if you can, tell us about the trip anyway.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think they've just replicated the exact layout of BAUMA, Germany, where it is in Munich. It's just got all the big halls, and all these halls run off in certain ways. And yeah, it was pretty massive. I didn't get to see it all as well. So yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, we got a question. All right. Sorry, guys. We're going to jump around a little bit here. ADM Civil and Landscapes is saying, I'm looking to buy a second-hand 13 to 15-ton digger. It's out west. What general checks should I do when I look at it? Oh, that's a pretty good question.
Yeah.
All right. So what sort of general checks can he do when he goes to have a look at the machine? Yeah.
Well, age of the machine comes into a big thing. So depending on the hours, obviously the higher hours, you're getting closer to wear on the engine, undercarriage. But in general, you just start at the bottom. You'd probably want to check your final drive oils, get the service history. make sure it has been serviced and looked after. There we go, 2018 cat, 7,000 hours. Yeah. So yeah, you definitely be checking the undercarriage. So your final drive sprockets, the chains. So when you're looking at the undercarriage, it's not so much just the bush wear that sits in the final drive, but you get the tracks will stretch as well and the pins will wear. So just check that because undercarriage gets very expensive. Service history, final drives. Check your slew bearing deflection as well. So you'll want to have two people to just make sure that when you're lifting the bucket up and down on the ground, the slew bearing's not moving, so you haven't got wear in the slew bearing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I had to change one of those once. That was very costly. Very on the 20-tonner.
We spoke about it before.
Very costly.
All right. Had a client and he got one and it was bad on a 305 Volvo. So it was that bad that when you sat in it, you could feel that grinding, and the rotary joint in the center that transfers the oil out to the final drives, it was that warm that it had chewed that out and that had started leaking too. So
money. Backlash in gears. So what TR Society is saying about backlash in gears? Okay.
So that'd be like as you slew, you can feel whether it sort of rocks backwards and forwards.
Yeah, when someone grabs the dipper arm and starts moving the machine like that, you can move it back and forth, like left and right.
You're on the auger and you're just rocking sideways with the auger.
All right. Yeah, that's true.
All your pin and bush wear, all the pin and bush movement in all your attachment. Another good thing to look at too is your dog bones on the machine. So where you've got your linkages from your bucket cylinder to the stick, and then you've got your H links or your dog bones, and then you've got that other main bucket link. Is sometimes you'll find that they can be bent out. So you want to have a look, because if they've had attachments on or they've been trying to get it, they can bend them out. So that's something good to check over. Color of the hydraulic oil. If you can get samples on it or the history, that's probably a good way to go. Just get a mechanic to take your final drive samples, engine oil sample, hydraulic sample, slew, motor or gearbox, depending on the size, whether it's got the oil. Another good one is to run the machine up, and it'll generally take two people, but to check the blow-by on the engine. So you got your breather that comes out the bottom, just have it at idle and see how smoky or whether you got a lot of oil coming out of it. And then turn the machine up, full noise, obviously do this safely, or it's probably best to have a mechanic do it. And then stall the machine out and just see if the smoke or the blow-by, or you can sort of hold your hand over it, if you get excessive pressure out of it, because that can be a sign of a worn engine. So you can have your turbo might have a slight bypass in it, or your rings is normally the common cause, and you'll have excessive blow-by through the rings on the pistons.
Well, there you go. Some good advice, man. Good advice. And I suppose you can always tell if someone's changed the hours or whatever. I know they do that nowadays, but if the seats are really worn out, joysticks are all worn out, but it says it's only got like 1,000 hours, then you know something's not right.
That's
just that.
it. So you can generally you'll be Cat normally do good inspection reports and whatnot, and can get all the information off them. So they're normally a good point of call. And check the flow of your aircon. Like, make sure you've got good flow. Otherwise, you're going to have to do aircon, and that can be quite expensive in a digger when you're pulling seats out. So
well, we did an episode about aircon as well. So you don't want to be stuck fixing aircon and all these other things. You're in are you based in Sydney as well, or along the coast there?
Yeah, we're in Sydney. All the way up to the Gold Coast. So I
think that's where ADM is. So maybe you can even hit up Aaron and see if you can organise one of his boys to go and do an inspection for you. There you go.
Thanks, mate. We actually have a report, a checklist that we fill out, and we add photos and everything, and we walk around the machine and do that. So
you can do, like, you can do inspections if someone needs one?
Yeah, mate, we do heaps of them, we do a fair bit. And then obviously, it's just we offer whether they want samples done, and then we can turn the samples around quick. Sometimes people want that quick sale; they don't want to wait for them. But if maybe the smaller machines not so much, but if you're starting to get like 13 ton and up, your final drives, especially on dozers, probably very good idea. I know some people can change the oil straight up, but if it's clean, you sort of like, you might struggle, but the hydraulic oil is generally a lot more expensive to change. So you'll be able to pick up wear and whatnot in that oil.
Yeah. And I suppose just checking the air filters, the fuel filters, see what they look like. Yeah, just see if they're leaving them like chock-a-block, or if there's all rubbish inside the fuel. What's a little fuel bowl, stuff like that. You can see.
Your fuel water separator.
Yeah. ADM saying that one of your guys must live near him because he sees his ute everywhere. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Maybe
there's a couple that aren't written either. Yeah, reach out, mate. We're all my boys are back, so we can go out. We've got Sis as well, so we can plug in and go over them pretty well. So
all right, there you go, man. All right, hopefully you guys can work something out there. All right, cool. There you go. See, that's the whole point of this show, man. Having connections, working together. So hopefully that works out, man.
Yeah.
Good. No, good. So if anyone needs a machine inspected as well, give Definitive Contracting a yell. All right.
Yeah.
So let's go back to BAUMA. Is it BAUMA? BAUMA?
BAUMA.
BAUMA.
I'm not sure.
Something like that anyway. So let's go back to that. So you went to, that was recently in China, and you attended the show. So for anyone that doesn't know, that's a massive expo that they hold in Germany and China. And is it somewhere else as well, or just those two places?
Just those. I think they might do one in India.
Okay.
Maybe. I could be wrong. I think, but the one in Germany is the biggest one. Like, it has everything there. So maybe not so much of the Chinese gear, but your Komatsu, Cat, Liebherr, like the Liebherr stand in Germany is insane. Like, it was the largest demountable building in the world. They reckon they had like LR 1300s, LG 1750s, like all their piling gear, 9400 diggers. It was pretty cool. So that was the German one, but the China one was just as impressive.
Tell us a bit. So some people have asked questions. We'll get back to your questions in a second, people, just so we can finish this one. BAUMA China, how was it? How long were you there for?
So we spent the week there. So I think we flew over on the Monday. The show started Tuesday. So we were staying in Shanghai, and Shanghai is a beautiful city. Like, I was blown away. It is neat as a pin. Like, all the gardens, there's like no rubbish anywhere. There's heaps of electric vehicles too. So when you're at an intersection, it's quiet. Like, it's weird. So, but Shanghai itself is like really, really nice. But the first day of the show was like pretty hectic to get in there. But when we walked in, and you see there was just gear everywhere. So I was blown away by how many companies were there that I've never heard of that are producing 160 ton diggers, 120 ton diggers. Like, it was crazy. So obviously there was the big guys, Sunny, XEMG. XEMG had their biggest, it's the biggest mobile crane in the world. 4,000 ton is its rated load. So it was like, I walked around and touched that thing for half an hour. It was impressive. Like, but to do 200 meters of boom was the capacity. Like, it was impressive. Like,
that's huge. That's huge.
Like,
man.
What else? There was some big concrete pumps, like boom pumps, and they had a few big diggers there as well. I think the biggest was maybe 300 tonner face shovel. Whose was that? Was that Shantui or
probably Shantui?
Shantui. Sunny had a big one there, and XEMG did as well. And Zoomline, they had a pretty impressive stand. They had a lot of gear there as well.
Yeah, Zoomline, obviously Spartan Machinery sell the Zoomline machines here in Australia, and they're a sponsor of mine as well. And
Yeah.
I didn't once I started researching them because I didn't hear about Zoomline in the past. I didn't realize how massive they are, and especially in concrete pumps. They do massive concrete pumps and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
They do huge things, and then now they're doing machinery. And I saw some of their videos of when they do like big marketing things in China, and they have all like fireworks and these big shows.
Yeah.
Just to like market their machines, and I was like, wow, they're blown away what they do.
Yeah.
But they're massive.
They
Yeah.
had they were huge. They had a stand where they had like remote controlled machines, like cabless machines, and you could sit across the road in a container and operate the machines in this little area. Like that was pretty cool.
Man.
Yeah, some of them put on some big impressive displays like XEMG. They signed a massive deal with Fortescue Metals while we were there. I think that was one of the big points over there. I might be wrong, $400 million deal with Fortescue. Yeah, like crazy. But yeah, it was pretty impressive. The amount of stuff you get over there as well, and the quality was it was pretty impressive too.
Yeah. Was there, can I ask you, was there many like international people there? Did you see a lot of Australians or Americans? What did you notice? Like other than Chinese people, like did you see what was the other sort of dominant people that you saw?
Yeah, people from everywhere, man. Like it was funny. I'd jump on like LinkedIn, and the weeks afterwards, I'd be like, oh, like there was different people from here that I follow, and like, no, we're actually over there as well. So I was like, oh, it would have been good to catch up and like chat. But yeah, if you're not head down, bum up, you won't see it all.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
We spent a lot of time at a few of the different stands, and we went and did a factory tour with Long King. We went up the road. It was like 45, 50 minutes up the road to one of their 3 factories that they have. So,
is it true? I've heard their factories are like all lined up, and they've got like all excavator or whatever, like construction machinery, all in like the same street. Is that true, or is that what they had?
Nah, I think different places might, but I don't know how many more were in Shanghai. But they had there was 6,000 people work at this one factory.
6,000.
6,000. They have unit blocks on the premises. I've got a picture of the factory. They got a model of it, and it was it took us a while to get through. But I can't remember. They had some ridiculous amount of machines. I think it might have been like 200 or 250 bits of gear ready to go to Russia, sitting on site ready. Like,
that's crazy.
We drove down this little strip for like 2-3 minutes, and there was just like 20-ton loaders all built, ready to go on one side, forklifts all down the other, skid steers. So they're like, I think they're the biggest loader supplier in China, Long King.
Long King, okay. Yeah. What about the other Lugong? Is it Lugong, whatever they're called?
Lugong. Yep, they were there. What else? Like I was walking through at one stage, and I looked up. I could see like the bucket linkages on this machine. I'm like, that's a PC 1250. And we go over there, and the machines looked like Komatsu's.
Wow.
And it was like a PC 1250, PC 500, 350, 300, down to like a 14.
Wow.
It's like,
crazy, man.
Yeah, it was pretty, it was real eye-opening. Like, I think it's Shantui. They had one of their new dozers there. I think it was maybe D9, D10 size. And when you look at the machine, there's like parts look like a Caterpillar, some look like a Komatsu, and then some look like a Liebherr. It was really interesting. But the production at this factory was out of control.
Do you think, so looking at all the equipment that they've got there and all Chinese made, so hello to Blessos, you're saying hello. So do you think that they're likely to start bringing more and more of their stuff over, and then starting to maybe take over some of these the brands that we know here in Australia?
Yeah, like definitely, man. Like my thoughts on it is they've gone for production first up. Like, so they've gone full on production, and now they're in the refinement process, like getting everything better and fine tuning and making everything really well, because I don't think other factories can produce like they can outside of China. Like it was crazy, like what they could pump out. But it's definitely coming, and like the price point for the machines and that is makes it like really worthwhile too. So yeah, there's just little things. Like it was good, I got to speak with some factory guys and offer like a little bit of input. Like obviously because we're a lot taller, we jumped in this little 6-tonner and there's like a beam right there in your eyes. You're like, the cab sort of rolled around and come down, there's a glass there and then a thing there. We're like, this is no good, we can't see. So yeah, it's just little things like that, you know, and like the seats just sort of sitting like real low and the seats aren't as wide, like so just things like that, because obviously they're making it mass production for the domestic market, but because they're not big on quick hitches. They'll have 5 excavators with different attachments on them on the one site, you know. So
them, I suppose I wonder, I see this, you know what, when I hear that, when I hear production, all I see is like those movies where there's just abandoned machines and stuff everywhere, because people are just, it's not worth fixing your old machines anymore. It's just like finish with it, throw it away, and then it's all suddenly you've got all these things just like dumped everywhere. I don't know, that's what I'm saying. I'm picturing like one of those movies where there's all these things just rusted out, sitting in the middle of paddocks and that everywhere, just left there. Man. It might happen if it's going to be like that.
Well, it's going that way, isn't it? It's like a very consumer-based, like disposable reality we live in now, isn't it? Like, cars aren't built to last forever anymore. Like, it's just the way it's going, isn't it? So
it is. It's all throwaway and just replaceable stuff. So no one really like looks at rebuilding little pumps and that anymore. It's just better off just go buy a whole new pump and put it straight on and bolt on, and that's it. You're just like more like a fitter. Mechanics become like fitters now rather than rebuilding and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Like, so that Longking, they do a lot of their own components and everything as well. So they build all their pumps, control valves in-house, which is pretty cool to see as well, and look at all the quality of their stuff. But then even when you're walking up and down inside all the exhibition centres, just the amount of aftermarket parts you can get, like, it was phenomenal. Like, I found there's a good supplier. We've been rebuilding a lot of hydraulic hammers and stuff of late. So, it was good to see them and chat with them to get like aftermarket parts and seal kits and everything like that to be able to help with that. So, and China's not that far. It was a 10-hour flight from Shanghai. So to get stuff in and out isn't that bad, unless you got to put it on the water, then it takes time. So.
I suppose seal kits and that, you can just get all that flown straight over. That's true.
That's right. Like, but what else? There was a pretty cool stand for tunneling. Like they had, we walked in, there was a weird looking bucket wheel machine set up, and then there was one stand that had TBMs, like all the different sizes they do, and it went up to 15 meters, 16, 16 and a half, and then they had another picture of one that was 23 meters. Like a 23-meter diameter TBM.
Wow.
That they're looking to maybe possibly build, like, and the dioramas that they had set up with all their different tunneling machines, how they do it was pretty interesting.
So they had a lot of stuff there, obviously. They would have covered like a massive amount of industry.
Like even CNC machines, like all your tooling for CNC machines. I looked at high torques, rad guns. There was a really good stand. I would have liked to have gone back to. They just had really good tooling for doing seals, like installing seal kits and measuring seals and doing all that sort of stuff. But or your diesel tanks, like your portable diesel tanks with an AdBlue tank built inside of it to carry all of it. Just concrete pump stuff, like your hoses, your foam balls, everything was there. Like cranes, lifting, rigging, everything.
Yeah. No,
It's
I know a couple of people that went and they said it was amazing. They loved it. And some of them
yeah,
stayed a little bit longer and then actually went and did a lot of factory tours. And
yeah,
then they'll tell me that they went to some other place and there's like a street that has just all like for example excavator or construction equipment
yeah.
manufacturing, and they
That
have
might,
like
yeah,
all the factories side by side. It's just crazy.
yeah. Shenzhen, I think, might be one, maybe,
Yeah,
but
probably. Yeah,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Hopefully, I'll be back over there soon. So, yeah,
yeah.
do a few more factory tours and yeah, have a look at it. Yeah, yeah, just one company just builds hammers, hydraulic hammers. Like that's all they do. Like, and I've got photos with one their biggest hammer they make, and it'll take it. The tool is 280 mil, like the moil, the chisel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
280. Man,
yeah.
it's like my
This thing was
head.
a monster. Like,
Bloody
yeah, it
hell.
was huge.
That's crazy.
So,
Would you go again, and would you recommend it to anyone, to everyone? What would you say?
100% do both, especially the German one is in April. Yeah, it's really good because obviously you get the bigger brands and then you go to China and then you'll get the other brands. So you sort of get a mix of both, but
Yeah.
they're both pretty good to go to. I'd definitely recommend it. So even, yeah, just you might pick up something and go, that's going to make my life heaps easier, or you've never thought about it. So,
Yeah, yeah. Did everyone speak English? So did all the stands speak English when you
majority of them, they had somebody there that could speak a bit of English, or you just translate over the phone. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
But yeah, because yeah, since I got back and like afterwards, we used WeChat and WhatsApp, and you scan the QR code, and then yeah, you just be talking and whatnot over WeChat, getting catalogs and all the information. So it was yeah, pretty good.
Oh, good. Very good, man. No, it's good. I'm spewing I didn't go. I had a last minute sort of invite. I could have went, and then I was like, no, I've got too much going on. I can't go, this and that. And then I was like, no, just stuff it. I'll
Yeah,
go next time. And now I'm sort of like
yeah,
spewing things. Shit, man, I should have just done it. Could have just cancelled whatever. It wasn't even that important. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's done. It's passed.
yeah.
I've missed it.
Oh, that's
Next
right.
one. Next one. How often is BAUMA? Is it every 3 years or something?
3 years, I think. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it
All right.
used to be 4. Yeah, because I think yeah, you do Conexpo and then there's BAUMA normally after it. I think the last one was just before COVID. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So I've got a bit of time to plan for the next one.
yeah, yeah. Put it in the diary.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. So, no, to all the listeners, if you have been thinking about going, or if you haven't even heard about it, hopefully you've learnt a fair bit just then. It's a massive expo. So, if you want to go online, and you can probably see all the details there anyway. All right. So somebody asked a question just before. So thank you. Thanks for sharing that experience, man.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll get some more photos across, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. No, good, good. TR Society, which I think is Tilt Rotator Society, asked a question. Have you done a lot of tilt rotator maintenance?
Um,
What's your
Not
answer to that?
really. Like I've mucked around with just a couple of like troubleshooting jobs on them, but not a whole lot, to be quite honest. So I know there's a lot of makes and models out there now, and they're very common in Australia as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know that the electronic side of them is pretty cool and how they work.
Yeah. Do you think this? I actually interviewed Encon, so we had Encon on here
Yeah.
on one of my episodes, and I asked him the same question. I was saying, do you reckon that it's going to almost become like what the tilt teachers have become? It's just going to be almost like not a non-negotiable, but almost standard. Like most people will just start to have a
Yeah.
tilt rotator. Do you reckon it'll get to that stage or not really?
I think so, man. It's sort of already getting to that stage, like especially on the rail and like your rubber ducks or your wheeled excavators. Like
Yeah.
it just makes the tool so much more capable to do things. And what's the word?
Like
Like
versatile, yeah?
yeah, versatile. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, you watch some of the guys on like Instagram and YouTube, and you see what they do, and you just like
Yeah.
it's like just an extension of their hand. It's pretty awesome to watch. So
Yeah, I love it, man. I'm like mesmerized. I sit there watching them rotate, pick up sleepers, put them away. And like you say, the rubber duck ones or the wheeled ones, they have sometimes like a little trolley that they drag along as well. and they use that trolley to load stuff into. And they use it for dirt. Then they just they'll wheel it along with that like a little trailer behind them, tip it off, come back, and I'm like, you can do everything with that. That one of those machines, I reckon, would be the best all rounder. But what's it like? Actually, what do you think would be the difference between the wheeled one and a wheeled excavator and a tracked one? Like, would the wheeled one have less digging power because it's on wheels, or like, would there be any negative in having that?
No, it just comes down to where you can go and stability. But you see a lot of the operators in the rubber ducks, they must be boaties, because you just see them rocking around as they're digging, because they never put the blades or the jacks down, so they get seasick, take seasick tablets every morning. But generally, there's no difference in the performance. The upper structure is still the same. It's just what's below it. So they probably cost a little bit more to run, because of obviously you have the hydrostatic drive down the bottom, so you've got your axles, diffs, final drives, brakes, all of that to take in account, so your running costs will be higher. But yeah, digging and performance wise, they're no different. On the freeway and the rail jobs, they're ideal. They're perfect. So
Definitely. Yes, the TR Society is laughing and saying, their faces go through the front windscreen. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. It's funny. You're talking about, like getting seasick tablets and that. Does anyone else experience this? If I sit in a machine all day and I hardly get out, like I've been only for the quick breaks or whatever, when I get out and I actually like sit in my car or if I'm walking or sitting down and smoking, I feel a little bit like I've got sea legs. Like I feel like I'm seasick, whatever you call it. Does anyone else get that?
Like vertigo.
Yeah, I get that. And maybe because I'm like spinning around in the machine, if I'm working really fast and that, I feel like sometimes when I get out and I get a little bit of vertigo or I feel a bit weird, bit like seasick for a little bit, and then it sort of goes away. If anyone else gets that, let me know. Hopefully it's not just me. But
I don't think it'd just be you.
Yeah, I do, man. I get it. I don't know if it's when I'm in like certain machines. I know, but when I'm like mainly just digging all day, like hardly get a chance to get out. I know that when I get home and I feel a little bit weird, like I've just been on a boat or something, Maybe it's because I haven't used my legs to keep me standing. Like I've just been in the seated position. Maybe it's that. Like I get that sort of.
Yeah, you've been leaning on your elbows and operating, not. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it might be, man. So I don't know if anyone else gets that. Let me know. But I do certainly get that. Not always, but sometimes, yeah. Oh. Who's this? Relox Yuan. Is it Juan? Juan Relox? He's saying, how do I get a cap? If you want a cap, you can go to www.earthworkshub.com.au and you click on shop and it will take you to the shop, man. You can order them there. I've got all sorts of merch there for Earthworks Hub. You've got t-shirts, jumpers, shirts, all sorts of stuff, caps, beanies, all sorts of things. So yeah, if you go onto the Earthworks Hub website, click on shop and it'll take you there, man.
Speaking of shopping, while we were in Shanghai, we went to it was like Temu Live. There's like the big markets, man. It was crazy. Down in under the train station, you just walk around and it's got like all the different your Louis Vuitton bags and you could get everything there, man. It was pretty cool. Did a bit of shopping there. Got the missus a couple of handbags. Say thanks for letting me go so quick.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Yeah, I heard that. I heard they have a lot of stuff like that there. Oh man. Yeah. So, when you were out in the streets and that, you're saying it's very clean. Is it like busy? Is it? I imagine like traffic, people beeping and this and that. Is that not like that? Is it totally opposite?
No, it was totally different to what I expected. And we went over they call it the Bund. It's like the older area of Shanghai. So they've got all the old Federation style buildings, I'd say.
Yeah.
We went to a really nice bar there, and the last night we were there, I like good food. I was like, boys, I'm not eating in the hotel again. Let's go have a nice feed. And we got the Peking duck. Yeah. And they roasted in these in these big wood fire stoves, and as you walk in you can see them all cooking in the back, and then you order it and they come in and the chef comes in and cuts it all up and you make the pancakes. It was really good. So but it's a really nice city.
Yeah. That's good, man. I'll have to go and experience it. Definitely have to be on my bucket list. I'll have to make my way there.
Yeah.
Who knows? We might end up going there together one day for another one of their events. Who knows?
Yeah.
Speaking of events, Tilt Rotator Society saying, "Are you both coming to Diesel Dirt and Turf?" I will be. I'll be there. On the but Aaron, are you going to go there?
Yeah, I'll definitely be there.
Yeah.
I don't like missing that sort of stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
my dad took me to the ones like the original ones. I forget what they were called. They used to be out at Penrith Panthers.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
There you
yeah. I
go.
was only younger then. I would have been like maybe 15 or something, 12. Yeah, and that
Mm.
was the highlight.
Yeah.
That'd take me out there. So
No, yeah, definitely something to look forward to, man. And it's good because you get all people getting together. Like last year, when I went, I found towards the end of the day, a lot of the stands put on, like start having a bit of a beer and talking, and then you sit with them and talk, and it's actually not bad. It's actually a nice environment. Um,
yeah, it is good, man. It's a really good event. So they do
yeah,
pretty well.
yeah, and then all the hotels that surround it, they're usually full of all the stall holders and stuff. So you get to meet a lot of nice people and that. So I stayed right near the actual event, and most people stayed there. So then, yeah, at dinner time and in the evenings, we'd all have some drinks and talk, and yeah, like it was actually really, really good and good for networking as well. So for anyone that hasn't
Yeah,
been, I definitely recommend you go there, and then you can sit and have a go, not have a go, but actually sit in some of the machines and see how they feel and stuff. They actually did have some machines that you could use, like Komatsu let me sit in their machines, and
yeah.
there's a few people that had machines you could use. So yeah, I reckon it's a good event to go to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely, and it's good to actually meet the sales reps and chat to the sales reps, and yeah, it's just nice to make that face-to-face connection, and yeah, it's always good to sit in and touch something and actually look at it. So I think
Yeah.
it's really good. The tilt rotator guys normally have good stands, and you can watch what they do with them. Right?
Yeah, I've seen that. They were picking up cans and picking up stuff and moving them around, and that was good. And little sleepers. And then I saw a guy getting a pipe and connecting two. Last year they had two concrete pipes and he was connecting them together. Just by using the little tilt rotator, and that it was actually really, really good.
Yeah, it is good, and you can get a lot of merch out of it if you like getting stubby coolers and hats.
Yeah, came back with so much stuff. I had to fill the whole tray of my ute. I feel
Yeah.
sorry. I feel sorry for all the store holders because they were all going to me, man. They had to start hiding stuff because the kids were just like pinching everything, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Well, we wanted to give it to the actual like people that are in the industry, but all these kids were just trying to see what they could get for free and just taking stuff off their bench."
Yeah.
So they're all like hiding. They were hiding stuff. Oh man.
Yeah, that's another thing too. If you want to go there to have like a serious like walk around, talk, and like touch everything, go the weekdays because the weekends are hectic.
Oh,
But,
I know exactly what you mean, man. It was crazy last time on a
yeah,
Saturday, and that was crazy compared to Friday. Yeah, total different.
yeah, it's pretty wild. Like, yeah, you got to line up with the kids to like have a look in the machine. You're like, oh god damn it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
that's but it's I can't blame anybody for taking their kids. I used to go to it as a grommet, so it's good.
Well,
Yeah,
they're the next ones that are going to take over, so we have to take them with us.
yeah.
Oh, so with Tilt Rotator Society, I missed a couple of your comments. Sorry, he said he'll make sure he has a beer ready for me. Oh, there you go. He'll have a beer ready for us. What was your stand name? Oh, Cenex. Is that what it's called? Cenex, is it? Okay, we'll have to look for that stand. And then he says, "What did you think of the Steelry stand? They had a tilt coupler that had SQ oil in it."
Yeah, they had the
in,
stand in BAUMA as well.
Oh, okay. They're the ones I was talking
Yeah.
about. So Steel Wrist they had where they were connecting two pipes together. So they had all the different attachments that you could put on with the rotator, and they were
I
actually
thought you were
connecting pipes.
talking about the operator was getting a pipe and joining the pipe. I'm thinking, geez, that's pretty good.
No, sorry, no. He was using the machine to lay like a pipe in the ground. Then he'd get another pipe and he'd put it in, and then use the rotator to spin it, put it down, push it against the other one,
Yeah.
just to show like how good they are. Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he saying? So they use SQ oil. What is that, like the EC oil? Is it the same thing or different?
EC oils, yeah, same thing. Mate, I reckon they're awesome. Like if I end up having machines and that, I'd probably get that same thing. So especially with like say the crushing stuff, I can go from like the demo grab to a hammer or to a pulverizer. Like
You just unhitch it, but grab the next one, grab the next one.
next
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Away you go. Like you got to look at the you got to make sure they're clean and look after them and everything. But I reckon they're super impressive. There's one guy that's a guy I know, Dirt Surgeon. He does really good videos and that on
Yeah,
Insta.
yeah,
He's got it on all of his gear,
yeah,
and he's a good one to go and watch. I think he runs all the Engicon stuff,
yeah,
Lyndon, and yeah, he just goes from one to the other, and just it makes it so seamless, you know. So has
yeah,
it all
yeah,
set up around him, and away he goes.
yeah.
Yeah, picks up the brush, sweeps the road, and
Yeah,
yeah,
they're good.
it's
Good,
yeah,
good to watch, man. Good. The surgeon. That's what they used to call me at one of the landscaping mobs I worked at. They're like, "Here he comes." They used to call me the surgeon because I'd come with the excavator and they'd get me to do all the hard detail work. You know, dig around assets and dig around like bollards and stuff. They're like, "We're going to get the surgeon the door." Yeah, they used to move the other guys on. Oh, lazy surgeon. But then the thing is, I used to get so much pressure because I'm like, now they're expecting me to do a really good job. Yeah.
yeah,
Where is it? Oh, Steel Wrist. Steel Wrist just jumped on. Hello, Steel Wrist. He's saying, yeah, we offer tilt rotators and tilt hitches with the SQ technology. Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
It's the
Oh,
way to go. Like, if you're
yeah.
spending that money, you may as well just get it done. And yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
yeah,
that's
we
it.
spoke about it before in one of the earlier ones. Like you
Yeah,
save on the oil, the hoses, the damage, like all of that. It's
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And then you got like the safety aspect, you know, operators don't have to get out and be connecting stuff and, you know, wasting time as well, you know. So it's just
yeah.
unclick, put it on and keep going. Yeah, exactly. Uh,
Oh yeah, still is aligned with OpenS. I'm not familiar with that with OpenS.
oh, something to some new technology. Steel Wrist, maybe you'll have to come on the show and explain it with us. How's that?
Yeah,
We'll have to get
that'll be the
you
go.
on. Yeah, we'll have to get you on the podcast. Well, I've had Encon on here, so we've got to get Steel Wrist on as well, man.
Yeah,
So Steel Wrist is saying so you can pick up rototill attachments with Steel Wrist. Oh, so you can pick up other
uh,
stuff. Okay.
oh,
I like.
that's yeah. Is that the wedge plate in between?
Oh, yeah. So is that like so? What Encon was saying? So I'm sorry, I'm using multiple names here, but they were saying how you can un unhitch the rotator, and that way you're not actually damaging the actual rotator arm. You're just putting it straight back onto a non-hydraulic hitch. Is that what you mean? Something like that? I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll work
I'm
it out
sure
anyway.
we'll get him on.
Yeah, we'll get him on, mate. That's it. Steel Wrist, you're gonna have to come on now. You're gonna have to explain it for us.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Oh, all right. No, that's good, man. That's good. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming on again, man. So I hope the listeners got their questions answered. If anyone does have a question and you want us to answer it, send me a message during the week, and then we'll have another episode like this, and you'll be able to have it answered for you, or you can just wait and join in on the next episode and ask then. So we are doing these regularly. So apart from maintenance matters, now I've made some new segments. So we've got marketing matters. I am going to also have money matters, and I'm going to have mental matters. So we're going to have a whole bunch of segments where I'll have specialists coming on and talking about certain things. So very similar to this, but just talking about those fields. So you've prompted me, Aaron. You've given me an idea. So I've expanded on it, man.
No, that's good.
So yeah,
So it's
it's
all
good.
about. Mate.
That
Yeah, you're
yeah
doing well,
yeah.
mate.
Sorry.
It's impressive.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you. Trying, man. I'm trying. You know, it's good, man. I keep getting a lot of feedback, and I'm going to make a post soon, just putting up all little snippets of the feedback I get. And I love it, man. It helps me sort of keep positive and keep me doing it. Because sometimes I sit there and I think, man, it's not really like a job, you know. So like I'm just doing it. Like sometimes I say, why am I doing this? And then when I see those things, and I remember, like, all right, that's right, because I'm helping people. It's putting the word. I'm giving everyone a platform where they can all share things, you know. So yeah, it's good. It's good when I get good feedback. So thank you as well. Thank you.
No, it is good. Like, yeah, just helping out A and B before, you know, like just there's things that you wouldn't pick up that can cost you a lot of money. Like, and
Yeah.
you might think that say paying a mechanic $1,000 or $1,500 to do a report, like, is a lot of money. But if you've got a failed slew ring or your samples are bad, that 1,500 is, it's pretty handy. Well,
It'll be 15 grand. You'll be adding another zero then. Yeah, that's right.
you just keep adding zeros. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
because I got a mate, he could plug into the Hitachis, and I sent him out to look at a machine for a bloke, and the hours didn't match up. They had swapped, like, ECMs. They had swapped the main monitor with another one, so the hours were less.
Ah.
So
Oh.
saved that guy a lot of money. He pulled out on the deal. That was on a ZX 300.
Well, that's what I was saying before. Yeah. So if
Yeah,
you go to a machine and it's got like all tears in the seat, it's all worn out, all the handles are worn out, and then it says it's only got like 1,000 hours. You gotta question it and say, hang on a minute,
yeah,
what's going on here? So
yeah.
yeah,
That's right. Even just if you look at like the serial numbers between the engines, and you can see whether the engines have been swapped out before. So
yeah, yeah. No, that's it, man. That's it. No, I really appreciate the advice you've given to all the viewers. Yeah, if you can get in touch with ADM, or maybe he'll get in touch with you. Um, Also, guys, if you've got any more questions, like I said, send them to me and we'll try and answer those for you. Make sure you follow Earthworks Hub on all platforms. So that's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. On the website, go and list your business on there, or if you need like any type of, like a trade, or if you need a mechanic or anything, go on anything to do with Earthworks or even construction. Go on Earthworks Hub and you'll find them on there. So you can use the guys that are on there. Also, like I said, we've got jobs on there, events, tip sites, all sorts of stuff. So if you go on news, all sorts of things on that website. Also, don't forget to follow Definitive Contracting as well. So Aaron, thank
thanks,
you.
mate.
Got to throw your hat in the ring as well. So no, I do
Yeah,
appreciate your thing on here. And like I said, I'm surprised, man. Heaps of guys keep saying, "Oh, I know Aaron. I've worked with him before." It's such a small world, man.
yeah. It's crazy. I need to pull my finger. It's on my to-do list this year is to get a bit more interactive with the socials, and I'm just head down, bum up, work, and I always forget to take photos, and just think, oh, that could have been good to maybe like live stream or something. But
Yeah, at that time,
I'll,
you're just keen to finish it. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I know.
I'm like, I got in the back of my mind as well. I'm like, old mate will be watching me record myself doing a job here and thinking, what am I paying him for? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, you know how many times
so
I think of that? We were talking about marketing last week, and what's his name? Charlie was saying, it's good to do point of view videos while you're working. And I was saying, man, when I'm in the machine, my camera's running non-stop because I'm doing lives during the day while I'm working. And I was like, I could have posted all those videos. I would have had millions of videos
yeah,
while I was working,
yeah,
but I never posted them because I was like busy just talking and then finish a job and then go, and I forget to post it up or record it.
yeah,
And then afterwards, you think, man, I could have posted that.
yeah.
Yeah, it
yeah.
is what it is. It is what it is.
And is it Chris from Let's Dig 18? Have
Yeah.
you followed him?
Oh, I can't
And he
remember
does a
now.
lot of
Yeah.
videos on YouTube.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like one of the original, he's been recording himself for years and years. I watch his stuff all the time. It's
Oh, do you?
awesome. Like, watch him build this big dam. Yeah. Let's Dig 18, I think his name
Oh,
is. Um,
I'll have to have a look at that one. Yeah.
yeah, man. And like, it's mad because you watch his business grow and grow. Like, he went from like an old 20-tonner and now he's got like a new 30-ton Volvo. And it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. But he does some mad jobs. He's good to watch. But
All right.
yeah,
There you
he's
go.
just done the same thing.
Yeah.
He's
That's what I
done
mean.
it
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't realize that you could have used that footage. You know what I mean? Anyway, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We'll evolve. We'll evolve with it.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, once again, thank you very much. I hope you have a good week, Aaron. Thanks very much for joining, and to all the listeners, thank you very much for joining us and for watching all these episodes. And I'll see everyone on the next show. Take care,
Awesome.
guys. Aaron, have a
Sweet.
good one,
See
man.
you. See
Take care.
everyone.